The Vatican, the smallest country in the world both in area and population, is, after all, a territory that the Italian government gave to the Catholic Church at the beginning of the 20th century to establish a place for Christianity. But despite having less than 0.5 km square and 800 inhabitants, and being in a country where there are, literally, just 2 churches and 1 garden, football has been present in the Vatican for more than 50 years. The first time a football match was played on Vatican was in 1947, when a 4-team tournament was organized between employees of St. Peter's Basilica and the Holy See. However, in 1972, the Campeonato della Città del Vaticano was officially founded, with the participation of teams made up of employees of different Christian organizations, such as universities, museums, or churches, and even hospitals or newspapers. Imagine church workers playing games in the evenings after the 8 o'clock mass. The Vaticano National League has grown over time and currently has 8 teams and around 250 season ticket members. The clubs that form the leagues are born from the Vatican museums, the Swiss Guard, which is more or less the Vatican police, and newspapers. For example, Der Secco. This is one of the most successful clubs of them and has won 8 league titles and was originally an Italian newspaper. In addition to the local league, other important tournaments are played, such as the Coppa Sergio Balci since 1985 and the Vatican Super Cup since 2007. In other words, it has a league, cup and a super cup. It also has a small World Cup where schools from Rome participate with players of different nationalities, and is called the Clericus Cup. The first official match of the Vatican's men's team took place in 1994 when they faced San Marino B. They tied 0-0 and neither team could get the ball into the goal. People that went to the game can tell about it because they got asleep, not because they couldn't get any more information. In 2002 they played against Monaco and again drew 0-0. They also played a match with the Palestinian national team in 2011 in which they were beaten 9-1 away. Their last match in 2019 was against Recia, a territory that is mostly Swiss today and which has its own football federation. It's as if the Roman Empire's national team now exists. And you know, I still think about it every day. And you guessed it, they drew 2-2 at the Pio XII Coliseum, which is where they play their home games, which is huge. Now in reality it's a small stadium in the south of the city. And you might wonder which players are selected. Well, first of all, to get the Vatican nationality, all you have to do is work there. So I inform you that if you want to play for the Vatican national team, go work there. Even if it's as an ice cream seller, it doesn't matter. And you can even play in a World Cup, although they should belong to FIFA, of course, something that they don't do to maintain the amateur spirit. To belong to the FIFA, you simply have to have a national football federation and commit to certain sporting regulations such as the FIFA calendar or a professional sports structure. Something that the Vatican does not comply with, but they will be fully capable of complying. They have a national federation, the Federazione Vaticanese Ghiaccio Calcio, but it is totally amateur and half abandoned. They have not played a match since 2022, and the league data is fairly scarce, as you have seen. To be honest, it is in the hands of Domenico Ruggiero, the president of the Vatican Federation, Pope Francis, the Christian spiritual leader, and Fernando Vergez Alzaga, the president of the Vatican. The only thing they will have to do is put together a professional board of directors with its committees of referees, technicians and managers and comply with the certain FIFA regulations on inclusion, racism and social responsibility. In addition to professionalizing the structure as I said before, such as creating different divisions and investing money in infrastructures and clubs, something similar to what Saudi Arabia is doing right now. Seems very crazy to me that the Vatican could participate in the World Cup or the European Championship, but it is totally, fully capable of doing it. It would be like the Christian national team, just as Israel is Jewish, or countries like Algeria or Turkey have the symbol of Islam on their flag and represent the religions in question. The preliminary rounds to access the 2026 World Cup have not yet begun, and they are still in time to be entered in the UEFA World Cup qualifying group draw. Obviously, the Vatican does not have sporting objectives as a country, such as being competitive in sport, but rather has other more religious objectives, such as taking care of the temple of God or spreading the word of Jesus. But don't you think that football could be a very viable means of communication to transmit the message to the new generations?